All right, gang, if you've got me live, and you hear the mic and everything working up, we're going to go ahead and continue rigging up this XTR130. Spend the next couple of hours. You'll see me jumping back over here to my streaming desk every now and then because I know I'm going to have to be ordering some parts as I'm figuring out what all I'm going to need else. Even though I think I have everything I need, then it's realizing that I need longer cables because my power panel is up here in the front. My live scope black box is in here up front. My initial thought was I was going to put the 65 amp Dakota lithium battery that I'm going to power all of my electronics, GoPros, live scope, graphs, all of that up front. But after talking to Fluke Master at the boat show last weekend, even though he's talking about balancing weight around, I realize that's a good idea because the XI3 is going to be up here on the front along with the electronics. I'll have a double stack mount here from straight up mounts, and then my live scope pole will come off of the side. I've still got my power panel that I had out of the PWR that these buttons control all my electronics off and on. And then this pass through right here is my live scope pole extender cable, because what that lets me do is actually leave the extension cable inside the boat, but then remove the live scope cable and pull and transducer and store it in the box of the trailer or in my truck when I'm traveling. You know, it can stay on most of the time, but when you're traveling cross country, you want to take as much off as you can because you don't want. We've literally had it where people will go pull up to a gas station, start filling up their gas, run inside to go to the bathroom, and come out and shit is missing off of their kayak. So, being that we travel, you know, here and there quite a bit around the country, you kind of want to play that game, especially when you're spending this kind of cash loot on components. So you got to protect your investment. So, you know, realizing my PWR 129 is, you know, a little shorter than this vessel. I have to go back and order a couple of longer SAE cables since I'm going to put, and I haven't decided which black pack I'm going to put on this one. Probably my 16 by 16. I'll keep my 13 by 16 for the PWR for fishing the rivers. I think I'm going to put my 16 by 16 back here. And I'm actually going to do some mods that I learned from Gene, which one of them will be cutting these side thingies off, like that this hook is hooked to, cutting these off so it's just these tubes, and that way I can get 4 on each side. And since I actually debated on taking this top short stack off so I can actually run some more rods on the back, because this kayak is going to be my lake kayak, and I want to carry like all 12 of my rod reel combos on the lake with me, so that no matter what fishing technique. But the one of the other unique things about this kayak is it's got side stagers. So if I've got 8 on each side of this black box, I don't really have to bring any across the back because I could fit probably 2 or 3 back here if I wanted to. But since I can side stage as well, I may put 8 rods on the box and then put the other 6 on either side of the kayak. We'll have to game that out a little bit. If not, then I will take this short stack off and then bring a few more rods across the back, because I really don't need this top section anymore for storage, since all of my baits and everything else are going to go up in that front storage section of the kayak. So realistically, this black pack only becomes a rod holder and a battery holder. So I'll have, for this kayak, I've got 135 amp Dakota lithium. It's a 12 volt that'll run the XI3. And then I've got a 65 amp 12 volt that'll run all the electronics. So I might take this one off I might take this one off. I don't know if Jeremy might need it, but this literally is just going to become a battery box. But we also have to figure out how that's going to go across in the back. Because I might actually, I don't know, that 13 might fit that way a little better. And then I can always put this back on the PWR because it ran that way very well last year. Let's see what that was like. This might work better back here. I don't know. Just don't know yet. I'm going to insulate the bottom of this with pool noodles for vibration dampening. But we will have to see. I just wish they'd have left this whole section flat and not made like a battery box, because everybody wants to be able to put their batteries in their black pack and push it back as far as possible, because that way when I'm in the chair, if I want to turn around and make a cast behind me because I'm spot locked but the wind makes me fish on the other side, I want to be able to stand up, wheel my chair around and stand up. All right, let's check everybody's. Scott says loud and clear. Okay. Very cool. As you can see, I'm watching the NASCAR race. I've got it on my tablet over there in the back end, but I figured if anything, we can have you guys hop on and get in the chat and do what you want to do while I'm rigging and yapping, and I'll check the comments every now and then. I'm actually going to let's see if the old Nightbot is in the chat. I've got another idea that I'm going to start doing for like overnight live streams for those who want to chat in the evening when I'm not even here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a bunch of old school fishing videos and string them together for like 10 or 12 hour live streams, and then just let them run overnight. And then I'll have a chat bot kind of moderate the chat, if you will. But I think that would kind of be a cool way of generating a place for people to come and chat and whatever. But if you never got to see like some of the old school bass fishing videos, and of course I just leave monetization off, so I don't care. It's for educational purposes anyway. But for those who maybe they're even younger, or you're like me and you're kind of nostalgic. You're kind of nostalgic for like the old school bass fishing videos that you never see anymore, because they were all on like VHS, or they played on TV every now and then. Some of us miss those kind of videos, and some of you guys may have never seen them. It'd be like watching a Tom and Jerry cartoon for the first time. So I think I might start spending some evenings putting together some long videos like that and just running them overnight. You just never know. But I thought that was like another unique and cool way to kind of promote bass fishing, especially the good old days. Big shout outs to my boy Dollar Bill Lowen, Brookville, Indiana. Lives down south, river rat, fishes on the Ohio River. Won the Bassmaster Elite Series today. I mean, by a couple ounces. Everybody was sweating out for old Dollar Bill. Not using forward facing, just throwing a jig, throwing a swim jig. I think it was a swim jig and zoom speed crawl on the back of it, just swimming it. But Dollar Bill from Indiana winning the Bassmaster Elite today. His second win in his 20-year career. It's absolutely fantastic. And he is such a humble and cool guy. Love it, love it, love it, love it. TJ says streamers on Twitch do things like that to keep the stream going. All right, cool. All right, so that lets me know that I'm thinking the right ways. I actually had an idea because a buddy of mine, he paints crankbaits in all times of days and nights when he can, and he was basically working overnight one night and just fired up a stream in his shop. And I think what had happened was a lot of the Japanese anglers hit his time zone and were watching him paint crankbaits. So, like I said, I'm thinking about doing that. Like I said, it's for educational purposes. I don't have to worry about doing it. Oh yeah, he was super emotional over that win, but that's kind of how this big Bubba's down here in Southern Indiana are a lot of the times. I can tell that he and I are very much alike in a lot of ways. But yeah, that was really cool. Thank you, JT, for the quick response. Yep. Yeah, it was great to see Bill win. That was incredible. Oh yeah, Scott, no problem, bro. I'm glad to help anytime. Um, let's see, what did I order? I ordered one. So what I was doing is I was getting ready to go live, and then I realized that it was already time to go live. I've been digging stuff out and laying it down around, and I have a light pole. It's expandable, but it's kind of like one of the boat light poles. But I'm gonna put that back here so I can hit switches on it. But then, like on days where I'm fishing where I don't need it, then I can just pop it off like you would a boat. But I realized that when I do that, I need enough power to get from back in the back. And most of my cables I have were shorter because I never ran long power cables from the back of my PWR, because when I'm using that kayak, and it's like if it's a day or night kind of thing where we're launching early, I have a USB Guardian Angel light that I just clip to a bicycle mount on the front, and it runs for about 2 hours. It's one of the small ones, which is all you need when you're getting on the water, because then daylight comes, it runs out of juice, and it just sits up there out of my way all day long. And then on the back, I run a Yak Attack light that's battery based, and then I can just reach back and turn it off, after the sun comes up. But for this one, I kind of, since I've got the extra light switches in my power panel, then I went ahead and ordered a light pole, and then I ordered some that I had used in my previous my previous autopilot build. I've got these. I don't know why that they sell these in sets of two, but the opposite colors. But yeah, I do, because they want to sell more. But I've got some of these, red and green Yak Power lights. So I'm going to drill a little hole in the front of the boat up above the water line. And then I'm actually going to put these as far forward out of the bay. Oh, see, night bops. I'm actually testing out a Nightbot, which if you guys have been a part of any if you've been a part of any live streams on Twitch and whatnot, it kind of moderates the chat. It keeps those like Russian bots from joining in and spamming links to bad stuff and things like that. And so that way, and I wanted to test it during this live stream, so that if I do start putting together videos like that to run overnight, then I know that I got Nightbot watching the chat, making sure people aren't dropping links to those forbidden sites and Russian bots and stuff like that. But anyway, I've got plenty of cable for these two lights to run up front, but I need to order another one of these cables, because I think this one's only like 9 foot long, and I need like a 12 footer, 12 or 13 feet to run from back there where I want that light pole. And then I also need to order a little American flag to put on that light pole, because my boy Michael Ridenauer put me onto that little. I was like, yeah, I need to be doing that. And I know Gene runs an American flag on his as well. And you know what? We Freedom Squad is all about running. We love Old Glory as it is. And so that's going to be back there, and my power panel is up here. So that's about 10, that's about another. So I need about a 12-foot cable. I ordered a 13-footer to run from back there to up front to go to the battery box, but I wanted an extra foot or so hanging out of that so I can just take the box, pick it up, put it in my truck. But when we're getting ready to go fish, I set the box in, strap it down, and then connect the two plugs. So I need to get another 12-foot. What's up there fishing with cotton? See Josh Lanham's in the house. TJ, we saw Scott, Michael Bradley. Let's just give a quick shout out to everybody. But I figured if you guys are bored, you might be watching the race like I am. I haven't gone over there to look to see where Larson's at, but I had a wreck and a restart. So the Daytona 500 was wild. But yep, I figure no better time. You guys got nothing better to do because it's cold. You might want someplace to chat. I figure you may as well chat while I'm doing some rigging. What am I working on? I have got the Bonafide XTR, and so right now I'm just laying out like where I've got so much stuff here and ordered, but now it's actually layout, make sure I have all the power cables I need, and actually start putting this thing together. I'm got to have it ready to fish before the Bassmaster Classic, which is in 4 weeks, but next weekend is the 1st of March, which kicks off our KBF month long. I haven't got a fish on the board for Catch 22 yet. And then the Kayak Big Bass or Big 7 kicks off on March 1st too. So I doubt if I get out on the water March 1st, but we're starting to get open water and warmer days. It was 4 degrees the other day, and it's actually, what are we at today? We're at, look at that, 47 degrees outside. It was literally in the 20s yesterday. So we're going to have those highs in the 40s and those lows in the 20s for the next week or so. Am I going to be at the Classic? Yes, I am. I'm going to be driving down that weekend before. And then I am going to meet up with Nick at Fish Texas Kayak Trailers, and we're going to go fish OHIV for a couple of days. When the Kayak Bassmaster Classic Series is going on, I'm going to go out and I'm going to follow Fluke Master around, and I'm going to follow Michael Ridenauer around and get some video and drone footage of them on the water. And if nobody's around, I might make some casts on Lake Fork because it's Lake Fork. What days? Probably, I think I'm going to travel the Sunday and Monday, the weekend before the Classic. And so hopefully maybe Tuesday or Wednesday will be on OHIV, but we're still working out the details on that. Then I obviously want to fish Lake Fork while some of those guys are pre-fishing and while they're fishing their tournament. And then Sunday, the last day of the Classic, I'm going to fish the Kayak Adventure Series in Paris, Texas, up there, and I'm going to fish on Bodark. You hear magical things about that place, that lake they just flooded. So that's kind of what I plan on doing. That I'm going to be fishing that on that Sunday, and then we'll watch the weigh-in while we're doing our weigh-in, and then Monday and Tuesday I'll be driving back to Indiana. So that weekend of the Classic, I'll be there that week of, if it makes sense, and then I'll be taking off the following Monday to come back to Indiana. Yeah, fishing with cotton, that would be awesome. You can, we'll make sure we connect, and I'll make sure you have my phone number so that we can, text and all that good stuff, so that we can definitely get in touch while we're down there. But yeah, today it's 5 o'clock. I've already got chili on the pot. Well, Granny does. But I wanted to come live for at least a little bit, trying to get his stuff laid out so I know what I need to order, and then maybe get some things done. But I've got to get going. I've got a video I need to edit for the channel and I shot it earlier today, but I need to I'm going to spend the week these evenings here in the garage after work the next few days, and I'll go live and just do all that too. Yeah, but we've got warmer weather coming, so, and I'm definitely looking forward to get down there with you guys and checking it out. So let's see, let's go back to my orders. I may as well make this one edit order, and I'm going to just go ahead and make it 2 of these. Buy it again. Add to cart. Go to cart. Proceed to checkout. Place your order. All right, and those will be here Tuesday, so that'll work out perfectly. All right, so now I've got the 2 power cables. I need one for the light pole, which is right here. And I will have to drill out the hole, but it's one of these. Go back to you. Let's see what you guys are seeing. It's one of these that I can kind of keep either low profile or it extends out, you know, up to like even taller. So that's kind of cool. And then I can lock it in place. So yep, that'll be nice. And then it's got like the boat plug that I'll put back here. But I'll get the power cable in for that, figure out what size hole I need to drill right back here, and do that this week. And then that way, oh, you know what? Oh, no, I do have to run it up to the front. I was sitting there thinking, oh, it's only 6 feet from my panel controller to, you know, to the back, but it doesn't have to run to the panel controller. It's got to run up to the power box, which is controlled by the panel controller. That's that's right here. So yeah. Yeah, Sly says ice needs to go. Cotton says 2 weeks ago the fish were moving up to the beds. Guarantee you they're going to be on bed. Just got it warm today here in Texas. Yeah, I think by the time I get down there in a few weeks, it should be rocking on. Should be rocking. But I'll have to figure out I'm probably going to use the 16 by 16 because I've already got holes cut in it for power. So I think that's the one that's going to go on the XTR, and this 13 by 16 is going to go on the PWR. They also came out with the under seat storage boat or storage drawer for my Bonafide. You know, it's the seat, and it's that Millennium seat. But I'm going to have to get some webbing or netting to run over the top of this. I actually have one underneath. Oh, definitely glad I grabbed this. I needed to see this. I've actually got, you know, a netting that goes over this to hold stuff in it while you're on the road. So, you know, it doesn't blow out when you're going, but we'll figure that out too. Might be able to get some cheap like netting stuff. One of the other things I have is this little pull connector, and that's going to go over here somewhere because I'll have 2 things run down the right side of the kayak. One inside is going to be this pull connector, and that's what's going to pull down on the release of my XI3 and, you know, let it loose to have it fall in the water. But then I'm also going to have the pull cable, which is basically an old kayak drag leash that mounts to the thing. So I actually pull the trolling motor back up to lock it in place, up in position out of the way. So I'll have to space that so it's out of the way of the grafts, you know, ahead of it. But yeah, so I'm gonna have the pull it out of the water cable for the you know, the XI3, and then this will be the one that loosens it. But I'm going to have to find and I actually, that might just go right here. I've got a little grommet. If I drill a hole here and put this here, then I can run this cable up through here. That would work perfectly. I've got some of these pass-through pass-through nipple things that I didn't need to use that came with my rudder kit because I had extras and I've already drilled and done all this. And I'll cover like all the these wizard foot control and all that. I'll cover all of this. But I actually cut the holes here and installed these on both sides, added these, and then I've got my drop-down rudder back there. And the whole point of all of that is the XI3. I just point it straight and then I steer with my feet with the rudder in the back. So, oh, there's actually a little spot right here for it. It's an indentation. So that will literally go right there. I'm just going to set that there. And I'll put these up here to remind me. And we will run that as well. One of the things, one of my buddies, Dave, who works at a rigging shop, reminded me of yesterday when I ran my power cable back. I ran it on the wrong side. I actually need to pull that back up and route it to run this way on this side of the kayak, because over there is where my live scope pole is going to be, and I don't want the electric cable anywhere near that cable for interference. Now, technically, it's shielded. It shouldn't. But if it's something that only takes me a few minutes to do, that's something I need to do. I also got something in from One Objective the other day when my actually, no, this came from Bonafide. So I picked this up at Moving Water Outfitters when I picked up that under storage seat. I got this plate. Which goes right here. And so that's a cup holder, pliers holders, you know, those new those new Bubba pliers and stuff that I got will go there. But it's also got hook hangers for it's got hook hangers for your chatterbaits, your spinnerbaits, your jigs, you know, just whatever you're kind of using and getting out of the way. But you know, that's kind of nice. So we can go ahead. You know, that kind of matches up really nice with that organizer I got in here. And I'm also going to have to cut some holes in that plate there to run the cables that are going to come up for my graphs and whatnot. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. That little bitty pack of screws. Yeah, this will just drop in here really nicely. Hey, look, we're actually doing some rigging instead of talking. So we'll go ahead and add a washer and a screw. This is a quick and easy add-on. And guys, if you're rigging up a PWR129 or an XTR, and you're looking to go like to the big adventures of the Bonafide site to get these like extra accessories or whatnot, they're generally not in stock yet. Your best bet is to go to a Bonafide dealer and order from them, because Bonafide has to feed their guys first. So, for example, here, last year I ordered my Bonafide straight from Bonafide. This year I worked with my local retailer, Moving Water Outfitters in Zionsville, got my XTR, they got it faster, and then it saved me a trip from having to go down to North Carolina to get it. But then, like all these extra accessories that I needed afterwards, I went back to Moving Waters and ordered, and they got them in before they were ever available on the website for purchase, because Bonafide is feeding their dealers first. So, for example, my plate that I needed to mount my XI3, I ordered from Moving Waters. This extra accessory for the cup holder and all that, you know, boom, got it from Moving Waters. And they got it in pretty quick. They basically get this stuff in as soon as, you know, the company makes them, because they're still taking care of their dealers first. So, yeah, there we go. About a 20-second install. And now I got a cup holder, tool holders, and hangers for my chatterbaits and whatnot. Hey, we did some rigging. So I've got some line It's the same line that we use for our foot control, so it's super strong and whatnot. And I'm actually going to put this right here to go with this handle. And I'll cut a hole here, and we'll feed that through and up for our pull release. Don't know if we get that done today. Today's just yet another day of organizing. I've got my Bluetooth battery monitor because that stays on the kayak that's got my spot lock and all that. My other battery that I use for my river yak, it's a 36 volt, 60 amp. It's not going to run out of juice. Not that I ever expect this one to either, but I got Bluetooth monitoring on that. I've still got my battery circuit breaker, which you don't need one of these if you're running the NK300 because their controller has this built in. But since this is individual power going up to my XI3, I've got a circuit breaker that will wire up in the box with the batteries when we get this section kind of figured out. All right, I'm going to be on my feet for so long, but I'm going to come back and check and see who all's in the chat. See, we got Phil Rader back in here. Our buddy Joey at Novoa up north. Joe, you have a great day at work, buddy. Good talking to you. Glad to see you be able to pop in. One of our crayon munchers up north. He's one of the guys who won one of the fishing kayaks with Catch 22. So still got to get on the water with him. But Joe, get out there and have fun. Or enjoy work, shall we say. Philip wants to know, what part of Indiana do I live in? I live in southern Indiana, so I'm about 30 minutes south in Bedford, below Bloomington, Indiana, which is where Indiana University is. That's why you always see me with talking about the Hoosiers and all that. I grew up in this area. My mom and dad are from a very small town called Shoals, Indiana, and that's the one that we're actually collecting baits. And oh, I got to say, shout out to the folks that have donated for the jerseys for the Shoals bass fishing team. You all heard me the other day say that these 4 kids, tiny school, maybe 100, I don't even think they have 200 students in high school, but 4-kid fishing team. Last year they drew their school logo on white t-shirts. One of my local bait makers around here saw that and it about broke his heart. So he reached out to me and my brother and said, hey guys, we got to do something to support these kids. And so we've been collecting baits from them. I've got 2 big giant boxes of stuff that you guys have sent in to donate, but you've also sent me some loot on Venmo, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, however you want to do it. I've already had a few bucks start putting money in. We're going to get these kids sun shirts made. I'm not going to go burn them up trying to get like pro jerseys because those things get hot to fish in. We're going to get some sun shirts for these kids with their school logo on it, their name on it. We'll throw a Freedom Squad and a Fishing with Gramps logo, and then my buddy, his jig company name will be on there too. But let me, I got to pull up my email, so I'm going to give some shout outs to the cool peeps who did this. Let me go to my Fishing with Gramps YouTube. Tom Brewster, thank you, sir, for donating for these kids for jerseys. It'll mean a ton to them. I know somebody else did too. Tom Brewster and somebody else did too. I can't remember where I have to go figure out where the email was too. But thank you guys for donating a few bucks towards their shirts. And it's like I told him, I said, if I got a spring, I think it's gonna be like 30 or 40 bucks for a sun shirt to get their logos and stuff put on it. But I I told them guys, I don't care what it costs. I'll pay out of my own pocket to make sure that these guys have some sun shirts to fish out of. But the fishing fam has already jumped in, thrown in, sent us, like I said, I got 2 giant boxes. We're going to go, me and Jeremy are going to go meet BJ, who is the jig maker. We're going to go meet the team next Saturday on March 1st and take, at least take the baits to them, tell them we offered help. We're going to do some seminars and things like that. And then we're going to get these shirts ordered so that by the time they get on the water for the season, because they've got a few, guys with, John boats and whatnot that are helping them, that are going to go fish like the tournaments that like all the bigger high schools are doing all that too. So it'd be good for them. Yeah, Sly, just send me an email and I'll respond back to I'll respond back with like my Venmo and Cash App or PayPal, whatever you guys want to do. Um, yeah, just send me an email so I can respond back to it. That way I don't have to, try to go dig it out. But I've got like screenshots of a couple of things, and $10, 10 bucks goes a long way. Like I said, I'll pay for it and sponsor it with our channel. But I wanted to throw that out there in case any of you guys wanted to jump in as well. So we appreciate you guys for jumping in and helping these kids. All right, this goes out of the way. Funny thing, if it warms up, we might have our buddy from Straight Up Mounts drive down to Southern Indiana and actually help me. He's going to custom do me a mount for this XTR. So if you've got a boat or kayaks and you're looking at like doing those kind of like cool double stacks you see on the bass boats, our buddy Raging Cajun up there at Straight Up Mounts is actually going to come do that. You got friends in Southern Indiana by Gas City. Yeah, that's only like an hour. It's not that far from here. I actually pass through there sometimes when I go down around Evansville to fish and things like that too. And I need to spend more time going south this year looking for, smallies and things like that too. But yeah, I used to, back with my boat derb fishing days when I fished with a bass club, we actually had tournaments down around Gas City. Was it Gas City or Tell City? I don't remember. It's been so long, but yeah, but I love being here in the hills of Southern Indiana. Seems like it's flat everywhere else, and we are definitely in a place that's awesome to be. I love it. I love it here. All right, what's next? Okay, I need to look at the front of the boat. All right, so I've got cables for that back there. Get my chair around over here. And I'm wearing my wireless Bluetooth mic. That way I don't have to yell across the room so you guys can hear me over there. I can just talk in a natural voice and you all can pick me up. Oh, I know what we needed to do next. We need to rerun this power cable. But then I need to also look and figure out where I want to drill. Oop, there's a big wreck on the old NASCAR track. Ooh, Larson's back in 18th. You need to get your butt back up front. But my boy Chase. That's a nice flat spot right here on the front. And it wouldn't blind me either. And I don't think that would be like a weak spot if I drilled there. I could either come here right next to the handle. Oh, I could come out right the front here. One of the things I want to do with these red and green lights, I hate having them like up here someplace because they blind your ass. They blind your ass while you're trying to fish if it's still really dark out night. That drives me insane. But part of me says I don't even want to drill into this and run these lights. I just want to use my guardian angel and strap it to this front handle like I always do, because I only use the lights, I don't know, a few times a year. And I don't even know if it's worth the effort to go through drill and pull and do all that. It's nice to have it built in. It's really nice because if you forget to charge your batteries, then you have to sit at the boat ramp, until the sun comes up. But the question is do you want to be lazy or do you want to do it really nice? But that said, there's a couple of really, really nice spots that would go right around the shaft of that trolling motor when it's down. And it's actually part of this. Well, let's check and see if it's hollow in there. I'm gonna have to unhook this again and reroute it anyway, but oh yeah, I can get up in there. That might actually work really nice. And the cool thing is that this actually comes with the drill bits that you need. So if I poke that right there, Then I got left and right. I'm completely legit. Quick, easy run right up through there. I'm leaving you guys to chat amongst yourselves since I'm way over here. I thought about pulling the chat up on my phone, but yeah, that'll be perfect right there in the front. It'll throw all the light forward, make me legal, but not blind the living crap out of me either. Be easy to see from Popo Can't Complain. And it's above the water line. Yeah, because, I mean, that's a good spot. Let me grab my drill. And of course, in typical man fashion, you got to test it. Yep. See, we got Trevor in the house. Don't they have a magnetic light? Yep, they do have a magnetic light. And that's what I'm going to use on the PWR. But for this one, I'm just putting the actual lights in. That way I don't have to worry about it running out of juice and all that. You know what I mean? That, and I've already bought them, so I may as well use them. But the magnetic light, I'm going to save. And I just keep that up there for the PWR when I'm on the rivers. But technically, I mean, I actually thought about doing this for the sake of a video, is doing one for Guardian Angel, because they have a light pole that's magnetic, and you can get one of the bigger ones and run it on the back, and it throws a nice big 360 light. And then they've got a remote control for doing it up front too. So if you don't want to do any drilling, then you can get that kit and do it. But, you know, part of me says I've already got these. And then part of me says, boy, I really like that other kit though. And, you know, the idea of not drilling stuff is nice. You know, what do you guys think? Should I drill all the holes, run all the extra cables, or should I just get the Guardian mount it to the T-track back here, have a remote control for that, and then have a remote control for the run in the front? What do you guys think? I'll get you all's opinion. If you were, I don't like drilling, that's why I like the power. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I totally agree. Let's look and see with your Guardian. Because I've got the Yak Attack backlight and the little Guardian for the PWR as it is. Should we do the full remote control USB chargeable kit for the PWR, and we'll just maybe donate these lights to somebody? So 1 vote from TJ. Steven Surgeon says Guardian. Yeah. I mean, it would definitely help the resell on this thing if I didn't drill a bunch of holes and if I didn't have to. Let's see. I mean, realistically, isn't drilling like the old school way? Aren't we trying to do this the whole going to need another Yak Attack pack for remotes? Well, I mean, not really, because I wear mine on a tether with my XI3 anyway. So I mean, Trevor says the Guardian. All right, well, right before I was starting to punch a hole in the kayak, I think you guys have got me thinking the right way. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and give all these away to somebody who wants to mount it up the old school way. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go the old Guardian. Now you guys get a little top of my dome while I'm looking at it. Shot by activity, kayaking. Actually, I'm gonna go to fishing because we're not really kayaking, are we? We're doing that. And technically, with these, I mean, I can take these off the boat late at night when I'm walking back to the truck, and then I've got like a safety light with me as well. So I know I don't want to do it with micros. All right, well, since you've the Guardian fob is easy. Okay. Dave, honestly, I mean, I'm asking seriously. Dave, if you can use this light pole and these, if you've got the yak power, you know, the thing for running the yak power, because that's what they kind of plug into. But yeah, if you want these, I'll ship them to you for nothing. If you can use these for your, you know, if you want to go through and do this, whatever you do to the kayaks is going to be sick. I'm sick, but I got to get feeling better because next week is sunny. Yeah, a lot of people have had that crap going around. But Dave, honestly, if you want this stuff, this light and these little, you know, little green lights, I'll box them up and send them to you, bro. Got to take care of my Old Town buddy out there doing his thing. All right, so you guys have spoken. That's what we'll do. If I'm making the ultimate fishing kayak, we'll just we'll stick with the Guardian. In worst case, if I, you know, if it didn't get in here fast, I've still got the other ones in my Yak Attack pole either way. So we're still set either way. But yep, I won't drill this because I'm not gonna lie. I might fish this just this year and then sell it and go get another Old Town next year. Who knows? The PWR I will always keep, but this boat is going to be like a flexible boat, and like I said, it'll be one that we take out to people. But part of me says we'll see what it fishes like this season. I'll enjoy it, do the videos and stuff on it, and if you know, Old Town comes out with something new or there's something else I want to play with. But Dave said, "I'll shoot me an email." All right, well, it's yours. I'm going to put this stuff. I'm going to put this drill bit back in here, and we just won't drill a hole in the old. Oh, that Pro Shop Tracker car just slid right through the pits. All right, so we'll get the Guardian for this. I will put this back in here, put the drill bit back in here. I will close this up. I will get this other light right here. I will find, where'd I put that? The light pole that we had back here. Yeah, I'll put this, you know, and I'll throw this light pole in too. And then it's got like this boat plug thing. But I'll put all this aside. And actually, I think I have the box right over here that all this stuff came in. Watch out, puppies. Watch out, puppies. Here's another shelf I need to hang up. Yep, I got a box right here. And I will package all this stuff up and send it to Dave. Oh, my catch board came in this. Anybody else obsessed with catch boards? I think I've got like 5 metal ones. I've got like 5 metal ones and my plastic one. Might have to do a catch board giveaway at some point. Keep spreading the love. I keep ordering more. I got my one that's like my trophy from coming in second place at the Knucklehead. Here was my second place trophy for, you know, Darren got that nice big sweet one, but I got this one for fish ops. You know, the old Knucklehead. Then, of course, you know, I got the old Freedom Squad edition of the board. It's got all my KBF stuff on it. Freedom Squad sticker on there. Looks like it's damn near chomped off, but still going strong. Is it flexing when you're showing off 2-minute catch boards? I love Duke and the boys. They do a great job. I actually got a new goodie coming that I ordered too. And then, of course, for this kayak, you know we're going to put this bad boy to work. I made the comment to Gran asking her if she wanted to sit on my cushion. Let's see what else we got. So I need to put these out in the garage too with the other ones. Then we got the old Freedom Squad edition, OD green. It's got my name on the top of it. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a giveaway. Does anybody want to fish for the catch board that's got my name on it? The Freedom Squad logo. And then, of course, we got, you know, had to do the custom bling bling. Got the Fishing with Gramps logo on it. Freedom Squad on the outside. I don't know. Put the old Fishing with Gramps sticker on the back side of this one. Maybe if we do Knucklehead again this year, maybe this customized Fishing with Gramps one. Maybe we'll have to do a little something. Give you guys you know, something to win. All right, so we got all this stuff for Dave. Nice cush for the Tersh, that's right. You can still hole mount your Guardian if you feel the need to drill. No. Josh says he spooled 4 combos yesterday, cleaned out the truck of fishing stuff, went through. You saw okay, so TJ said he saw the KBF logo option on the fence for catch. Is the Freedom Squad option there? It's not like in the drop down, but if you reach out to them, and say you want the Fishing with Gramps logo on it or the Freedom Squad logo, they'll put it on there. So they'll put on, you know, whatever you want, and then use in all lowercase Gramps-10 at checkout, and that'll save you 10%. Plus, they know you're one of the, you know, Fishing with Gramps guys. Every other code I have is like capital Gramps 10, capital Gramps 20. They set me up with all lowercase -10. So use Gramps -10 at checkout, they'll save you. But you can call catch or email them, and then they've got like a couple of different guys that take the orders and do that. Just tell me you want the Freedom Squad logo etched on it, Fish Ops logo, KBF, however you want to do it. They'll mock it up and do it all for you. It's really cool, and it's pretty fast too. All right, so I will. Yeah, let's not drop it. Don't want to break it. Put that back in there. We'll put this back in the bag for Dave. You guys saved me a lot of rigging time because I was going to be like the ultimate lazy and just drill holes and run cables, but what's the point in doing that if you don't have to, right? We will pass these along to another Freedom Squad member who will get good use out of them. All right. Actually found the bubble wrap that the pole came with. We can put it back in here. Keep it super safe, protected. I've got a couple of action cameras I'm mailing out to some of the Fishing Fam folks that I sold for cheap since I upgraded some this year. There we go. I gotta find another small box since I gotta go to the post office anyway tomorrow to mail those cameras out. Then we will also go and get this out for. Oh nope! Almost forgot the thing that you plug the pole into. So I'm gonna wrap that up in this paper right here on the top. It's like the top protection layer. Make sure I don't forget anything else. Let me find my tape. You know, it's actually fun going live with you guys and chit chatting and not always just sitting at my desk, but you know, being able to shoot the shit with you on the weekend. What's the best way to get a hold of you, Gramps? Let's go here and here, and there is my email. You just email me there, and I will email you back. So who has been following the drama with federal employees and Elon Musk? Because if you know about like the email that everybody's talking about, I got it last night. One of these, if you don't respond by the end of day tomorrow with 5 things that you accomplished last week, we'll take it as your resignation. Now, mind you, I'm 3 years away from retirement. Obviously, I have stayed off of the book of faces with anything pretty much political the last few years because the dude who was in office, his people like to dox people who don't believe as they do. But most of you guys know that have asked and know that I'm like a, you know, one of these guys as a veteran. And I know there's plenty of veterans that are on the other side of the object too, or other side of the aisle. But yeah, I'm a pro-Constitution guy. Is what Elon Musk doing constitutional? Hell no. But they're doing what they think is right. They're following executive orders. You know, so we play the game. Rob Reynolds, just heard about the Canadian KBF and Catch 22 on your blog last night. Looking forward to learning more about it and come play with you guys remotely. CPR. Congrats on the 130. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to, love to see our Canadian brothers up north jump in and catch some fish and play for a good cause. It's always fun. I drove through Canada from Alaska a few years ago when my son was moving. He was in the army back then, and he was moving from Fort Richardson down to Fort Benning, Georgia. And but I flew up to Alaska, and then we drove. And I tell you what, man, the drive through Canada, through the hills, and I know there's always wildfires and stuff going on, but there was some, you can see some smoke in the distance where we go. But the Canadian mountainsides and all the wildlife we saw, I mean, it was absolutely. You can go to my Facebook and scroll back a couple of years and probably find some of the pictures. But I'd love to get up to Canada one of these days and do some fishing and stuff like that too. But we'll see how it goes. But wasn't of course the whole hockey thing. My son and my wife are big into hockey, so they were all happy about USA beating Canada for one game, and then of course lost in overtime. I was actually watching the rest of that one, but I'm not a big hockey guy, but it's always fun to see the rivalries between the countries and so forth. So, all right, let's see. Go back and look at the race. See where my driver's at, and I need to disconnect and rerun this power. Again, it took me a minute to get this undone yesterday and then reconnected, but yeah, we'll see. I need to run this on this side of the kayak instead of I run it up that side. So thanks to Dave for pointing that out to me to keep my cables separate, power separate from the, there's one, my power cable separate away from my live scope cable, just so we don't have any extra interference that we don't have to. Not that it really wouldn't be, you know, well, I've almost said not that it'd be running that much while I'm sitting in live scoping, but when you're sitting in live scoping, you're generally spot locked, which means, yeah, the power's running. So I need to pull that back and then run it around to this side of the deck and come around this way. So let me put my tablet back up here so you guys don't catch too much of the sound of that. I'm more, you know, Chase Briscoe. He's a driver that is from his hometown's in Mitchell, which is about 15 minutes down the road. So he's another kid I like to root for. Okay, let's see. Best way of rerunning this cable around. I wonder. Don't think I can grab it. I'll probably have to pull it all the way back here and then pull it with the wire pull from up there. So make sure I'm not showing you all the Hank Hill. All right, let's take this bad boy, go up front and run it. Oh, get Dave's box out of the way here. TJ says he hasn't caught a bass in 15 years. Holy cow. Rob says Game Britton Island retired from subs. Oh, so if you worked in subs, if you were a Navy guy, at least a U.S. Navy guy, I work at Crane. I actually worked in the small arms branch at Crane for a few years before the Army side of Crane stole me away and made me a government employee many years ago. And like I said, it's funny watching, you know, Elon and most of the politicians assume what government employees are like. And trust me, a lot of what they say, it's as bad as they say. But I also feel bad for the folks who work like I do, where we're a small installation. And basically you have one person generally end up doing the work of like 4 people. The fishing fam who've been here for a while have heard me talk about how stressful my job is as a cybersecurity guy over the last several years. I mean, to the point where it's been detrimental to my health. And literally when they moved me into another position a couple of years ago, they've hired 3 people to do the jobs that I was doing, because it literally takes 3 more people to do all the stuff that I was doing and be able to cover everything as well as it should be. But you know, I know there's other people out there that work for the government who don't do a whole lot either. So I mean, I get the crap that a lot of it gets placed. Is that not enough? I can't believe I can't reach that thing. You gotta be. Nope, I guess I didn't push enough back here. All right. Probably Canadian Navy. That's what I bet. Let's see if that reached all the way back there. I'll get my tape. Actually, probably should grab some electric tape because that would be better. Right here. What in the hell? You can't tell me that wasn't enough. Either that or it's circled that way, which very well. Was that enough to get back there? What? You've got to be kidding me. Well, sooner or later, we're going to hit enough to go all the way to the back. It literally curled around and is coming in over this other side. So, yeah, apparently I need to, that's almost comical, but you know, I was like, I know that's plenty long enough. All right. So I'm gonna do everything I can to try to keep it on this left side of the kayak. I think that actually hit the back there. I can't believe it curved and then came back along this other side. That's funny. It's stupid. But I'm pretty sure it's against this back wall now. Excuse me, puppies. My good boys. You just trying to help? Yes, you have your tennis ball. Hello, Moose. He's the good Moose. There it is. All right. Yeah, and it actually curved back down that way a good bit too, but that's fine. Let go of all the steering cables. All right, let's see. I am going to wrap some electric tape, or this is actually cloth tape. Is that chasing you, Gunner? Yeah, now we're going the right way. 24 people in the chat. Need some electric fishing sticks. Harbor Freight. Electrical fishing sticks. Maybe CB. There's some fish tape. Fish tape. Why don't I think I know what you're talking about? But how is that different than? I have to go look up and see what you're seeing. And stop by Harbor Freight tomorrow after work. We might be a small town, but yeah, at least we have a Harbor Freight. But electrical fish tape. Now I'm curious to see what you're talking about. All right. There we go. Yeah. All right, unwrap this. You have your tennis ball. I'm glad you don't have the one that squeaks, or we'd all be deaf by now. These two goobers. Here comes zoomy time. These two dorks are just waiting for the weather to warm up so they can go outside and run around for an hour, then come back in totally exhausted. Put my electric tape right here on this drawer if I need it later. Oh, you found a ball too. You both have tennis balls, you dorks. The hell did I not? Yes, I know. Loud noises. Set that up there out the way. See if I can't run this back up here. And reach it down here with my little short stubbies. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right. Now we got red on this side. Where's my positive? Red on this side, black on that side. You got your ball gunner. Let's see if we can not stab ourselves with the screws hanging out on the bottom side of this thing. Of course, these things are always fun to try to feed in. Gotta make sure they're perfectly straight. And trying to do both at about the same time is always a pain in the booty. There's one. Let's see if I can get this second one in place. Yeah, it's right there, but the second one's a little. Come on, get straight. Trying to do both these at the same time is always special. I keep twisting and don't want to go on straight. Being a pain in my butt. And of course, I've had one that's just a skosh longer than the other. It's like, really? Why you got to be a pain in my butt? I got lucky yesterday. Now my hands are getting worn out. You just joined the chat. Gramps has had to rerun this power cable, but stupid Anderson plug. Both of my ends are just slightly off from each other. I have to get my pliers to hold these in the position I want to keep them straight. Where are these guys at in this race? Oh, they've got 39 to go. I guess they're in stage 3. Where's my boy Larson? He's back there in 11th.
Think about the outside lane right there with Blaney, and that's worst case scenario. You do not want to let somebody onto that right rear quarter panel because it will immediately pull you backwards.
Yeah, these are just, one's just a hair longer than the other. I can't believe I got these together in the first place. Larson's up 6. Come on, baby. Come on, Larson, get up there, baby. I saw Kyle Larson race years ago down at the Kentucky Speedway. He didn't win because he got wrecked or something early. But the run he made to come from like the back of the field to even get up in contention, it's like, man, this dude can drive. You know, like dudes that are just natural drivers, and he is definitely one of them. He can do it in every kind of car. That and he drives a Chevy, so that's my thing. Because I grew up an Earnhardt fan, and Larson is literally one of the guys that remind me of that style of just go get it driving. I gotta find my pliers because I gotta turn and hold this and shove at the same time because I'm wearing my hands out. Ugh. So you got dudes in here hanging out, y'all just chatting amongst each other. Might have hit the fish whistle too many times today. Oh yeah, TJ, I was the same way. It's been fun. And of course they caught him BSing with buddies in a hot mic. Got himself in trouble, but where are my pliers? Pliers. I cleaned my garage and I can't find anything. Let's see, did I bring those in here? Sure did. Sitting on my desk. Where computer things happen, not like, working things. These boys are going to push it to the limit all the way to the end. Here comes Larson. Let's go, baby. Come on, Kyle. Has anybody watched any of the Yellowstone? I know this is the second season in 1923 dropped for streaming. We like that one. It's got Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. bunch of other characters, but I always loved the old Western style. You know, like kind of how the country was made, but looking forward to go firing up an episode of that tonight with Grant, watching one. If I can get this stupid, I don't want to push it in without the other one being at least started, or I won't get it going. And these boys are going crazy on the track. Cars all over. All right. Oh, wrecking behind Larson, but he saved it. There we go. There's one. And two. Yeah. There we go. Now we're cooking again. Center these up. There we go. There we go. All right. Sweet. Got the power cable moved over. So you guys helped me out a lot. We got a lot done. Got the power wherever we want it. Now I can run the other cable over this way. But more importantly, we're gonna go find and order the Guardian lights. We'll send this light kit out to Dave, my boy over there fishing Pennsylvania. We'll ship these out to Dave, and we'll just go with the Guardian. We'll keep it super simple. Pardon me, over here belching and stuff. Keep it super simple. But you know, may as well go high tech with the old XTR and do it all the way out too, right? So yeah, stay tuned this week, gang. I'm gonna turn this down. I'll go pull it up on the big screen because Gramps are ready to eat some chili. But yeah, another reading session out here with you guys. I'm just gonna leave the table out here in the garage. We'll just keep popping back out during the week. And you know, hour by hour, get this thing done. Give you guys to. You heard John Dutton died, so I quit. Well, you're talking about the modern Yellowstone. I'm talking about the old ones. The ones with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill were pretty good, but the 1923 series, with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, definitely worth a watch. Because you know you're going back a few years, back in the World War I days. That's really cool. TV doesn't do motorsports justice. You don't really get a real feel of speed. Oh, I know. That's, you know, me being an Indiana guy, the Indianapolis 500 with the big dog cars, and then the Brickyard. You know, it's one thing I miss. My mom and dad, big Tony Stewart fans forever. You know, that's one thing. When I think of the Brickyard, I miss my mom. Because, you know, we'd go out there and we'd sit in the infield. Sometimes we'd sit up in the stands. We'd mix it up each year after year. But I do miss those days with my mama going to the races. It was always a fun time. But all right, gang. Well, we've been at it for a little while. We'll come back live again, you know, some more this week. I'm gonna go order some more stuff, and then, like I said, I'm gonna lay out and, you know, kind of plan up for the future lives. But again, I figure I may as well go live, and I may as well go live and while we're doing this, and give you guys some place to chat during the week while nothing else is going on. And you know, we'll just kind of keep doing this. It's been fun. I love having you guys in the chat, being able to do this. Count this as one of my accomplishments to keep my job. I'll have to add that. Dear Mr. Doge, today we ran the power to the XTR, and then we didn't do it right, so we ran it again. 100%. No, actually, I was only. Was there a holiday last week? I know I was out sick one day, but then I ended up doing like 2 weeks worth of work in like 2.5 days. but you know, but thank you guys for joining me. And like I said, we'll keep these up during the week, give you guys some place to chat, keep you busy until you can get in the water. And until next time, get outside when you can and make some memories, or even stay inside where you can, one cast at a time. Love y'all. Yeah, President's Day. That's right. We celebrated President's Day by getting emails. I wish Granny wouldn't let me post that video I shot about the whole Doge thing, but she's like, quit poking the bear. Who knows? I'll keep you guys posted and what's going on. But appreciate you guys watching all the videos, sharing it out to everybody, and doing all this stuff too. Who knows? If I get Doge, we may have to do this full time for a while. Nah, I'm not worried about it. I'm highly skilled, and we won't have a problem. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.